When a student is manifesting a lack of interest in his or her studies, it is usually pinned to lack of motivation. Their attitude clearly states, "I don't care." But is this really the case? Do they really have no interest in learning or becoming better? Or are there a number of factors hindering the natural process of being motivated? What are the causes of unmotivated students? A student might be hampered with heavy financial problems. The family might not have enough money to spend on tools or even stationery needed for the student to complete the tasks. If the student can't buy the equipment needed to work on learning the skills, this will ultimately lead to demotivation. A student might need to go to work to support the family, so is left with little time to study, and this will lead to the student failing to see an adequate payoff to doing the assigned work. A student might have a heavy baggage he or she is carrying, taking care of his younger siblings at home, so no time to complete the task. Having parents fighting and screaming their heads off at each other, creating a not so ideal place for a student to work or study. Low self-esteem could be triggered from continuous failure at primary and secondary school experience. One might have issues with engaging in class. This will lead to lack of interest. Students who have had bad experiences with the work placements might easily lose motivation. If the classroom climate is unsupportive, it makes it easy for students to lose their motivation. There are many more issues that could lead a student to become demotivated. However, as educators, it is our duty to take adequate steps to solve these issues. The first step in dealing with a demotivated student is to identify the root cause. Knowing the cause leading to lack of motivation is the most important part of arriving at a solution. Meeting with colleagues who are also in contact with a particular unmotivated student will create an ideal situation where the sharing of experience and how each educator is trying to deal with the issue will undoubtedly help each other to try out different methods and styles. However, one tool that would work really well when you work together with your colleagues is employing the fishbone analysis. This will lead to identify the root cause of the unmotivated student. Building a healthy relationship with a student will definitely yield very positive results. Finding the student at the canteen or in the corridor or the yard helps the educator build a better relationship rather than the class environment. Starting up a conversation about hobbies and likes a student has will make it easier for the student to feel at ease and safe. Don Bosco said, "Without confidence and love, there can be no true education. If you want to be loved, you must love yourselves and make your children feel that you love them." Sometimes, even if you have years on end experience as a teacher, you might miss out on small details that might unlock the problem you have at hand. Asking one of your colleagues to observe one of the lectures might give you a fresh insight to why the unmotivated student is acting in such a way. The peer teaching exercise is very fruitful in such cases. Once the root cause is characterized, a plan should be set in motion to create a safe environment in accordance to the cause identified. Having extra tools or equipment that you can lend out during the lecture will help the student to at least participate, resulting in the student feeling motivated during the sessions. Offering the student some quiet time in a quiet space after hours and being there just to supervise while the student works on their assignment or other studies will help the student concentrate on the task at hand and thus get the motivation back. Positively reinforcing the student on each good contribution and minimizing the mistakes will help the students build their self-esteem back, thus making the students want to do more work, resulting in them being motivated to do well. However, all this is not enough. Continuous monitoring and following up on the student's progress is a must, as it is very easy for the student to fall back to the prior state of demotivation. Will all these measures always work? Definitely not. However, by going through the steps, you might come up with different solutions. Some might work, some won't. What works with one student does not necessarily work with another, and what works today with one student might not work next week with the same student. Patience and dedication is a must for an educator to succeed in such matters.